Well, our moms think we're funny.
Leans in excitedly. Hey everyone, this is Turk182.
And I'm Acomi. He responds, his voice quivering with anticipation and confusion.
Looks at him quizzically. What's going on, Acomi?
We're doing a podcast, Acomi responds.
I'm sorry, I'm just being that guy from Black Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. I'm just rolling with it, because...
I'm gonna marry my girl Betty, pull his picture out of wallet. I love the... You know how many times I watched that and I picked up on like the one time he did it?
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't pick up initially on every time he did it.
Yeah.
Until I realized that was his thing. Because the first time he does it, he turns around and he goes like, jump and turn startled.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he's like, Black Diamond says something about who's in charge. He goes, sarcastically, I am. I love that. It's so damn funny.
It is good.
Oh, shit.
But yes, we are doing a podcast. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Our Moms Think We're Funny.
Yeah. So before we start off with our main topic, because this is how we do things in Montel Jordan way, like this is how we do it. I came across this thing on Reddit the other day, and I had to share it because I was like, wow, this is just wow. And it was under writing prompts.
Okay.
And the writing prompt says, you're a superhero without powers. You know a good bit about martial arts and you're resourceful, but the main reason you're so successful, every time a villain monologues their plan, you calmly and clearly explain to them why their plan won't work. That's the writing prompt.
Okay.
And so when I read that, you know what I thought of?
No.
When I read that, I thought of the story idea I had for that I was telling you about that I wanted to do, like for the zine called "That's How I Got Shot."
Oh yeah.
Which was exactly, it was a bunch of stories of like me in different situations with like a hostage situation. Here's like someone's like robbing a bank, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna explain to you why none of this is gonna work, and then it's like at the end of it's like, and that's how I got shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, that's how I got shot.
I like it. I like it. That's incredible.
Because I was like, that's pretty much what would happen is that would be me trying to be like, okay, your plan's not going to work and this is why. And then of course they would just shoot me. But like, oh man. And I was like, I thought that was just hilarious. So I was like, yep, that's it right there.
That's phenomenal.
So, what are we doing today?
Well, this one was your idea, my dude.
Was this my idea?
Yep.
It was my idea.
It was totally your idea.
Unless, of course, we don't get more than 10 listens, then it was all your idea.
We never get more than 10 listens.
Then it was all your idea. Okay, so I had an idea because you and I, we're both a big fan of like Scott Pilgrim. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I think you're a bigger fan than I am because you've read the I guess you can call them comics. Yeah. Not quite mangas, but... Well, yeah, I mean, he's Asian. He has like a slightly manga style, so I think it's fair, right?
No, I don't consider it manga.
Oh, wait, he's Canadian, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Oh, yeah, okay. No,
Born and raised Canadian.
Yeah, he's about as manga as Drake is, like, hood.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's printed on, like, cheap newsprint the way manga is, but that's just because Oni Press tries to save money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he's got some manga influence to his style, and I mean, he uses a lot of screen tones, but that's because he knows that it's printed like a manga book, so...
Plus, I mean, yeah, he may be Asian, but, like, his last name is O'Malley, so he's like Asian-Irish, like China O'Brien. I mean, I don't...
China O'Brien, yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. And I don't mean any disrespect to him or Cynthia Rothrock. I love Scott Pilgrim, obviously, and Cynthia Rothrock, I mean, I made fun of her movies back in the day, but I didn't realize she was a true, like, proven martial artist.
Right, right.
So her movies may not be the best as far as, like, the plots go, but I actually want to kind of put her on my list of, like, movies, like, to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I had this idea of... like, who would our 7 evil exes be?
Yeah.
And I kind of opened it up. Obviously, we're not going to pull real people from our lives because, well, that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen.
So we decided to use celebrities instead.
Right.
Because that's totally not a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Not at all.
Couldn't possibly go wrong.
No, I mean, first off, celebrities have to listen to our podcast, and then they'd have to be like, oh, well, you know, really? Like, I would be, like, one of your exes? I'm like, of course you would be one of my exes. You know?
Lord knows I'm not going to marry you.
Well, I think what would happen is like, you would just have to basically preface it with, you know, they broke up with me. And then they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, you know. I can totally understand that. Agree with that. All right. Case dismissed. So, all right, so I'm actually short an X.
Really?
Yeah, I was having a hard time. I really wanted to nail, like, so I'm saying here's seven celebrities, and we had to go with celebrities because we couldn't just use real people. Like,
right.
Like if I said, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with, I don't know, like Becky, like, and be like, who the hell's Becky? I don't know Becky, you know. Yeah. So I figured we had to use someone that, you know, some of the people that I you know, identify or would understand. Like, okay, yeah, that person. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, somebody that you can relate to.
Right. There you go. Relate to.
And we're definitely not going to get sued.
Yeah, definitely not going to get sued. Can't get sued. I mean,
definitely.
Because... So here's the thing. Even if I had actually dated any of these people, none of them would admit to dating me. In order for them to sue me, they'd have to prove that, like, when we date, they'd have to basically come out and say that yes, we dated, and then that whatever I'm saying for reason why we broke up is incorrect. You know, they wouldn't do that.
Our podcast reminds me of that video of the kid who tried to wear a Superman costume to school.
What?
You're not familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
You know I love me some internet cringe, and this was so cringy that I legit felt bad for the kid and could not get any satisfaction out of it. And this is speaking as somebody who has, like, obsessively followed Chris Chan for years. I cannot remember the kid's name. iDubbbz just did a documentary on him, so somebody will know who I'm talking about. Like, these days people refer to him as the ice cream guy, but he would do a whole bunch of videos. He was always just like this super hyperactive kid. And I know, like, he had one video where he was talking about how he got in trouble on the family's trip to pool day because he pushed his grandma in the pool because he just wanted to help her get in faster. That was just his mindset. Wow. But, like, the video in question, he's wearing a Superman costume and he's so excited. And
how old is he?
In this video, he was probably like 10, 11, 12, something like that. He was pretty young. I mean, he's a bit older now. He's in his 20s and working. He's been on YouTube for a while. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he was like 11 or 12 or something in this video, and he's wearing a Superman costume. He's like, Superman is going to school tomorrow! And then the immediate video uploaded next is just him bawling his eyes out going, it was so embarrassing! I felt so bad for the kid.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I think of when we talk about this stuff, where it's like, yeah, no, there's nothing could go wrong with this celebrity dropping these names.
So, like, I guess the kids at school made fun of him wearing Superman costumes, is that it?
Oh, yeah. Think about it.
What? I mean, here's the thing, man. You have to, when you do something like the David Spade thing, it's like, well, they can't even put pictures on shirts. It's like, meanwhile, that's all they can do on shirts, you know. But like when you have something like that, you have to just lean into it, man. You know, you just have to be like, yep, I wore a Superman costume. It's cool as hell. I like it, you know. And if people make fun of him, it'll be like, you know, like. I don't see why you're not wearing a Superman costume to school, right?
Everybody pees their pants. It's the coolest.
Exactly. You just have to lean into it and be like, yeah, you know, and just like, you don't have to ever do it again. But that one day be like, yep, you know, yeah, I dig it, man.
Yeah, but every time I try to lean into it, you just edit the podcast and take it out.
No, you lean into like the wrong stuff. Like, you know, most people would, okay, so in this scenario, it's like people would have like a Palpatine on one shoulder and a Qui-Gon on the other. You just have two Palpatines.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. And they're like, you know, give in to your hate. Let it flow. And you look into the other one, it's like, what he said. Yeah. Like, you can't do that.
Wasn't there a segment of that on The Simpsons where, like, the devil pops up and he's like, do it. And then the angel pops up and he's like, I'm with him.
Now I gotta go get punch a little sucker punching like devils. I forget what Jay said. He kicked a little sucker punching devil as it fast. All right.
So I say we just each go back and forth one person at a time.
That's how you want to do it?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Keeps it staggered. That way, like, not one of us is holding the floor for too long.
All right. Okay, so for mine, so my first of my Evil Exes, is okay. Well, I don't even know. Okay, so the first of my Evil Exes is Anne Hathaway.
She's only the first?
No, just she's the first one.
I mean, like, she would be like your penultimate, though.
No. She's not.
Really?
She's
Wow.
not. She's not the penultimate.
Okay.
So is Anne Hathaway, and so I gave all mine like names too. So they all have like other names.
Oh shit.
And hers is Hypnot Eyes. So she's hypnotized because she's got those really big eyes.
Yeah, she's got very soulful eyes.
Yes, and I love her big eyes. I mean, and I'm not like a person for like girls with big mouths either. Like Julia Roberts, I always say she's Canadian because she's like a Canadian South Park character. Like when she speaks, her head like opens up like 180 degrees. It's like
I've never minded chicks with big mouths.
so. But Anne Hathaway, I do like her big mouth. I mean, I just like, yeah, man. But here's the thing. It's going to be like, I like Anne Hathaway now. Like, I think she's kind of hot, right? And I think she's sexy and she does it for me.
Yeah, I'm into her.
When I first saw her, when she was doing like the Princess Diaries.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was a super cute girl. Like, even before she got all cleaned up and stuff. I thought she was super cute.
Well,
like,
yeah, because before she gets cleaned up, she's got, like, those, like, librarian glasses, and she's got her hair all frizzy. That's a pretty good look. It's very 80s.
It's really super cute. Yeah, it is kind of 80s, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like an 80s guy. And so...
And she's also, like, really dorky and clumsy in those movies. She's great in those.
So, yeah, she is, like, as I'm pulling up here, she is a bit younger than me. And dude, when her husband, like, when they got divorced because, you know, he was into like some shady business deals and shit like that she didn't know about. I was like, oh man, all I gotta do is find a way to meet her and I'm in. Like, I don't mind being the rebound guy.
I got a chance.
But you know what? It never happened because I just never got off my ass to go and try to find her. But if I could have had that.
You could have.
Yeah. So anyway,
you could be on the podcast with Anne Hathaway right now.
No, because I would do the podcast. She'd listen to it and be like, oh my God, another asshole. What do? I track these people?
No, you just agree to date them, madam.
She's like, geez whiz, my character in Brokeback Mountain had a better relationship with her husband.
And people give Brokeback Mountain a lot of shit, but it does have that nude scene from Anne Hathaway. So, such as it is. It's not a great nude scene, but it is a nude scene, and it is Anne Hathaway, so...
But yeah, I would just like, you know, she's got the, she's got those eyes that just, like they just draw me in. They just say that they just soulful. They was just like, I'm just lost in, you know, Gabriel Byrne all the way, man.
Okay, so me?
Yeah. And by the way, that's an American Dad joke for those of you who don't get that.
All right, so I was trying to think about the way it's structured in Scott Pilgrim with Ramona and her exes, and you know, the first one, Matthew Patel, he really wasn't much of a factor in her life. In the comic, it's explained. I don't know if it's in the movie. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but in the comic, she explains that like they only kissed one time in grade school.
Yeah.
And so like
she says that in there.
Okay.
She's
yeah.
Like, it's just one time, and then.
Yeah, and so she like dumps him immediately after that. So he's just kind of like that quick spur of the moment mistake that she made. So I figured, well, you know, for my first ex, I've got to have that quick spur of the moment mistake that I made, right?
Okay.
So Rebel Wilson.
Really?
Just because I think the boss fight would be hilarious. Because she would just be running around the room like Juggernaut, just plowing into people.
Well, that's old Rebel Wilson, though.
Yeah, but that's who I'm sticking with, man. Okay. It's gotta be that. Think about the way she looked in Ghost Rider.
Oh, jeez, whiz, man. Ghost Rider Rebel Wilson?
Charging around like cannonball, just smashing into people. It'd be a great boss fight.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
You know.
She looks a lot better nowadays, yeah, but...
Well, I mean... Yeah, I'm not going to get into my whole Rebel Wilson thing. You know, I think I've
talked about it
explained myself enough about her, and I wish her all the best. I just hope that everything that comes out of this, it's what she wants or what she expects or makes the best of it.
I think it's good to be pursuing health. You know, I think it's good to be like working towards making yourself feel better.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I'm just like
it's not even about the aesthetics that much. I mean, obviously that's always a plus, but you know, it's really just, you know, speaking from personal experience, it makes such a huge difference to be able to like wake up and roll out of bed and not immediately feel like you want to die.
Yeah. Ben, I was just like I said, when we talk about her, and I'll say it again just to make sure people are clear who don't want to go back and do the research on the old episodes. And
do it. Listen to our entire library.
Yeah, I prefer that. But my thing is with her, it's like because of her former physical appearance, she seemed to get pigeonholed into this one thing where she had this one character, which doesn't really portray her true acting ability. Right. So I don't really care for her as an actress because I only keep seeing this same obnoxious character because it seems like that's all that she's being offered. Right. Which isn't really fair. But at the same time, if now that she has gotten healthier, if her acting choices open up, well, that's not really fair. She could have still been playing those roles before she got healthy. Yeah. You just didn't want to give them to her. Right. So it's like I shouldn't have to. I'm not a better actress now that I'm healthy. You know?
Right. It's just the way Hollywood does. They typecast people. Right. And I mean that you see that a lot with a lot of actors who move away from doing Marvel stuff, where they're like, no, it's a great gig, but I don't want to become known as the guy who does that. Right. Because then that's my career for the rest of my life. And some people are fine with that. And you have guys like
Chris Hemsworth's like, yeah, I'll do another Thor movie.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. It's like they love it. It's like, yeah, I'm totally fine with this being my life. But there's plenty of people who are like, no, I want to do other roles. So yeah, I blame Hollywood for that more so than her. And yeah, we've both like criticized our take on her acting, but no, I just did that one for the laughs because
for the lulz.
For the lulz. I did it for the lulz.
Scott? For the lulz?
So yeah, that's mine. The rest are a little more predictable, I think. Although I've got some fucking weird ones on here.
Okay. And I was putting mine, but I didn't really put them in any particular order, so I'm just kind of got to go.
I carefully numbered mine.
So my next one is going to be Kat Denning.
Ooh, good choice.
And her code name is Kitty Cat, of course, because that's just how it is. And I couldn't really. I had two people I couldn't really come up with abilities for, right? So we talked about this earlier when we're like, when we look at Scott Pilgrim, when we look at Scott Pilgrim, we say that like Matthew Patel has this power and Lucas Lee has this ability and Todd Ingram has this, but actually it has nothing to do with them. It's like here's just a guy and this is what his ability is. Yeah. So when I'm looking at them, like, what ability would I just give her? I think it has to be something that kind of match her personality or what I think her personality is based upon the character she plays. But I really couldn't come up with anything strong. But
Bubbles, she's a really bubbly person.
She is, and she's got a very like sarcastic wit.
I've got a massive crush on her.
At least as far as like some of the characters she plays and stuff like that. I will say that Two Broke Girls, as much as I like her and I like looking at her, I cannot watch that show for nothing. Those jokes are so bad.
I haven't seen any of it.
Oh my god, they are horrible.
Yeah, we're definitely not the target demographic.
It's like someone took like a book of dad jokes and then just rubbed it in shit and then gave it to somebody else to translate without cleaning it off. And it's like they are the absolute worst jokes. I mean,
sweet.
So yeah, But I mean, some of the other stuff she's been in, I like her. You know, we talked about Thor: Dark World and stuff, and then Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, and of course now she does the voice of Dallas on Dallas and Robo, which I do like. It's not the best show in the world, but it is. It's got some funny moments in it. I really dig Dallas and Robo, which is making me a bit of a John Cena fan because of it.
John Cena's awesome, dude.
I mean, I don't really know much about him, so this is my real
ever sees him, you know?
And I think that's why he's got a great voice for radio and animation.
Yeah.
So we don't have to see him. Because we can't see him.
We can't see him, so, you know. But yeah, no, Kat Dennings is a very consistently cute person. Like, I've never seen her in anything where it's like, oh, she's just, like, adorable.
House Bunny.
House Bunny. House Bunny?
House Bunny.
I haven't seen her in House Bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Are you about to ruin my night, or?
What? Okay, so she's not supposed to look great in House Bunny. But Emma Stone is in it too. Huh. So, Anna Faris, she didn't make my list. She's just here, but Anna Faris, I think, is super cute.
Yeah, she is.
So you got Emma Stone, you got Kat Denning. Was that Catherine McPhee, right? She was that country western singer, I believe. And you got Rumor Willis, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter. Yep. Shooter McGavin, Beverly D'Angelo. Well, okay, I'll say from the National Lampoon things.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah.
Adam Sandler, wow.
He's I think just a producer of it.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you've never seen her in House Bunny, it kind of might change your. But now you wouldn't change your opinion of her, but I mean, you would see a different side of her than you've seen before. You're like, oh, okay. But the whole thing is she's supposed to look kind of unattractive until, of course, she gets the makeover, just like every other girl in the movie. And then it's like, oh, man, look at her. Now she's super hot.
Well, kind of like Anne Hathaway, it's kind of a hard thing to fake. I mean, maybe they can pull it off, but...
Oh, no, they can pull it off.
Was that her with the construction helmet warmer?
Yep, that's her with the massive headgear.
I could still...
No, sorry, that's Rumor Willis. That's Rumor Willis. She's the one that has like all the piercings and shit. There she is right there. The pale chick that was right next to her with all the shit in her face.
I mean...
You still want to get up on that?
The lip piercing doesn't really do it for me, but yeah, I mean, I don't have any issue with chicks with short hair.
It's not the short hair, it's that pale, like, I just crawled out of the grave, like...
Have you seen me? I can't tan at all. I'm super white.
She looks like she's working her way up to become a juggalo.
I like pale chicks, dude.
I like pale chicks too, but I'm just saying she's not like,
I'm fine with that. There.
How you talking? Psh, whatever.
Okay. So my second one, Christina Hendricks.
Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that really works.
Why not?
Because she's on my list too.
Well, that's fine.
She obviously couldn't have dated us both.
After she dumped me, she went over for you. But she
weaponizes her part.
Well, she's your ex too. So.
Yeah, but I had her last.
Nothing but upward steps here. But yeah,
that didn't make you sound any better, by the way.
No, that was a compliment to you. You could just thank me.
I was appreciate that. I was just like, wow, why are you putting yourself down, man? Like.
But yeah, no, in my...
Fine, brain Acomi.
In my universe, she weaponizes her boobs, so...
See, I was trying to avoid that because...
Oh, come on. Like we're a podcast of class and taste? Oh, no, we're better than that. Objectifying women and talking about their tits? God forbid.
My name is Turk182. Please allow me to introduce myself. This is a podcast of class and taste. We've been around for 3 seasons now.
And we're not getting any better, folks, so,
Our Let's Watchers are getting better.
They're getting funnier. But they're not getting better. We're still really bad people.
Well, yeah, but they're
saying terrible things about bad movies. But yes, we are getting funnier with our Let's Watches, for sure.
Can you actually say terrible things about bad movies?
We sure do.
I mean, they're bad movies.
But we target the people who make them. We're cyberbullies.
They made them! Nobody forced them to do it. I mean, somewhere along the way, you look and you're like, this script is shit. and you still made it. Or you didn't look at it and say, this script is shit, in which case, that's even worse. I can cut you some slack if you're like, this script is shit, but hey, it's something to me. Hell, like take David Fincher, right? Alien 3. this script is shit. Even when that podcast I listened to about The Visitor, and Lance Henriksen was like, yeah, that movie, wow, that movie. He's like, but, hey, David Fincher, you know, and so I'm like, yeah, hey, at least we got something good out of it. But, I mean, like, you know, no. I mean, if you look at it and you're like, no, this is good. It's like, you make good movie. I mean, no, I got nothing for you, man.
Yeah. So
she weaponizes her boobs. How?
They're like big boxing gloves, man. Have you seen them?
Well, I guess I've seen her. Even if you lived in the town next door to her, you would see her boobs.
Exactly, man. You could crush a watermelon with those jugs.
So, but I'm saying, like, how would she weaponize them? Like, would she, like, slap you around with them or something?
Yeah.
Wow, this is nuts. This sounds less like a fight and more like some kind of, like, weird sexual thing you got going on.
Everything is a weird sexual thing I've got going on, Turk.
Wow.
Most people just don't know it yet. Oh, the truth will always be revealed.
Yeah.
I mean, you still think I'm being ironic with the murder hatchet girls, but...
Yeah, she and I have been having sex for the past 3 years. She doesn't know it yet because we haven't met. But oh, okay. Oh, so I guess is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, you're number 3.
I am number 3. So my number 3 is Christina Hendricks.
Yeah, so she immediately threw me off for you.
So, I unfortunately, I had not come up with a power for her because I was trying to avoid her power being about her boobs. So I just have to...
That's her greatest superpower.
I have to adapt what you came up with and make it about her boobs. So I was really trying to avoid that. It seems so obvious.
She makes shockwaves with them.
But, yeah. So, you should slap them together and like kaboom.
Just the sonic.
No, it says kaboom boom. Yeah.
That's her code name in your universe, Kaboob.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that was mine was her as well. And,
that's awesome.
And there you go. I don't have anything
well,
else.
We've got pretty similar tastes, so I'd be surprised if that was the only one.
Yeah, that's what she said. See, I can't do it sometimes.
This is a weird one, but the live action chick from the old Wendy's commercials.
Okay, yeah.
She's adorable.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she was super cute. Not a real redhead, but that's not the point.
I'd get over it.
I mean, she didn't have to be. I mean, there's a lot of chicks I see, like, they don't even, that's not even a real color of red. I mean... I have to put on special glasses just to be able to see that spectrum of red. But yeah, she's hot. You know, so yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, I've never had beef with dyed hair. I'm totally fine with it. So yeah, she is adorable, and you know, you gotta eat through the Wendy's food to attack her. So there you go.
Oh, so she just throws like Wendy's meals at you.
Yeah,
and in order to get close to her. But I guess that thing is like the thing is you would end up like either getting too full, like having a heart attack before you got to her. Is that it?
Yeah, you know, okay. It's kind of like, I know you don't watch a lot of SpongeBob, but the very first episode,
as in none.
In the very first episode, he gets like the special spatula, and he's just like shooting a stream of Krabby Patties into the mouths of anchovies.
Okay,
so it's that kind of thing where it's just like this stream of burgers that you got to eat through,
and then you get to her.
Yeah. And this is also a weird sexual thing with me, so...
Alright, I'm sorry, I was really trying to find like a really nice, like, eat me joke after all of that, but I couldn't come up with anything. Either I'm just not really good at this, or I'm just too tired, or I don't know.
I mean, why stay in when you can eat out? So.
Oh, see, there you go. That's a good one, man.
See, and you were worried that I'd be too tired to do this episode.
Yeah.
It's just making me more crass than usual, that's all.
Oh, because that's a good thing. All right. So I guess mine is next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Tilda Swinton.
I knew it. I knew she was going to be on your list somewhere.
Yes. Tilda Swinton, a.k.a. the Wraith.
The Wraith.
Because she's very fair skinned.
Yeah.
And her ability is she can summon ghosts to fight for her, and she can turn invisible.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So that's my evil ex there. And of course, obviously in all these situations, in this case, then we broke up with them because they want us back, right? So that's why the evil exes. So.
Well, because they're mad that we dumped them.
Right. So you broke up with her, and then I was a rebound. So that actually makes you the better person but hey, I still got some. I don't really give a shit. It's like I don't have to be the first person in line at McDonald's. As long as I get my sandwich, I'm good. So
what's that? Ask him how it feels to know he's getting his sloppy seconds. Hey, Turk.
So yeah. All
right.
But yeah, so that's her thing. She can summon ghosts to fight for her, and she can also turn invisible.
I like it. She can summon the ghost of David Bowie as a special attack.
Why would she? Oh yeah.
Because she's a David Bowie impersonator.
Yes, I was about to. I stopped myself before I got any further. I was like, "Oh yeah, no, I get what you meant now." Damn, dude.
Sorry.
Shit.
Yeah.
Calm your ass, son.
So number 4, I made a really. This took a lot of thought because Ramona's.
Wait. You said we don't do that on this show.
No. We don't try to be classy here. That's what I said.
You also we don't think and plan things in advance.
Well, we had to prepare the list here.
Right, but I mean, wait, we don't. You were like, I just slapped something together like 5 minutes before we started.
I did, but I still put a lot of thought into this one.
Oh, okay, all right then. I can accept that.
So Ramona's 4th evil ex is Roxanne Richter because she had a sexy face.
Right.
So I figured it's kind of obligatory, right? So Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I almost went that route, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to be real me here. No, I did not go that route. So Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
All right, so...
He's literally Deadpool.
Okay.
Just like he is in real life. So
does he still have that thing that, behind his knee?
That thing behind his knee?
Mm-hmm.
Explain.
I shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to, but I'm clearly blanking here. A thing behind his knee. Is this from one of the Deadpool movies and I'm just not remembering? Or is this like an actual actor thing?
Her weak point is this...
Oh, yeah. That wasn't Roxanne. That was Scott's ex, Envy.
No.
In the comics it was.
Oh, in the movie...
Roxy. It was Roxanne, but yeah. Right.
How's that helpful? Whenever we were doing... I would just... He goes, okay.
Yeah, no, the script was totally flipped because that was in book 3 of Scott Pilgrim. While Scott's fighting Todd, Ramona fights Envy, and Scott tells her to do that. That's why I forgot about that.
Ah.
So that's my excuse.
Okay.
And I wind up dumping him because obviously I'm pursuing Nick Cage, but that never goes anywhere. So
yeah. Wow, that's got to be kind of rough, man. Now, see, I will have to say that is a really, really good reason for him to be an evil ex because you dumped him for Nick Cage. I can see why that would rub some people the wrong way. Be like, for Nick Cage, like Nick, like you're like, Nick. Okay.
Did you? I don't know if it was a Reddit post or what. I think I might have shown it to you, but it was that thing where it was like asking the hypothetical question. It's like you suddenly find yourself in the same room as everybody you've ever masturbated to. What do you say? Which I thought would actually make a pretty good podcast topic. But then like the top comment on that was, I'm sure all you ladies are wondering what you're doing here with me and Ryan Reynolds. Well, I can explain. Okay.
That would be funny.
All right.
Yeah, I can't envision real people for that. Well, I guess I basically it's just too weird. Like, what if I ever really met that person or like?
Well, I mean, that's the conversation you and I have had before. That's the reason I don't want to meet porn stars because it's like. This is where my knowledge of you and my fandom of you begins and ends.
Well, it's kind of like, you ever had that thing where like Christmas is coming and Christmas, that one porn star, she was only in the business for like a couple years, Anyway, no, but like Christmas is coming up and you're all excited for Christmas and you're like, you know, you're going to get that one toy. You're going to get that one toy and you're so excited and you see that box under the Christmas tree and you can tell by the shape of that box and everything. And when you sneak in there and you shake it a little bit, that it's that thing and you know it is. And you lift up a little corner of the thing you can see. It's blue. It's got the little yellow writing on the side. You know that's what it is. And Christmas Day, you open it up and like, what the fuck is this? You know? And you're so disappointed, right? That's how it is. Like in a situation like that, I'm like, okay, well, it's like I had this whole fantasy in my head about how you and I are gonna work, and then of course it never happens. But because I'm the only one fantasizing about it, like every time I fantasize about it, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and then of course it never happens, and then I'm like, fucking hate that bitch. You know, it's like she never did anything to me, right? Which is kind of the reason why I hate that bitch. But it's like, she never did anything to me. There's no reason for me to hate her. All that shit's in my head. My crazy ass head.
Yeah. Usually if it's people I really know, I don't go for that kind of thing. But, I mean, yeah, as far as, like, celebrities or whatever, yeah, of course I would have jacked off to them.
And the thing is, in my little, you know, like, analogy there, I can eventually, when I get the money and go and get that gift of my own.
Yeah.
I can't just go and be like, gotcha, bitch. Scream all you want. And it's like, no, that it doesn't happen like that. So, you know, like that's where that kind of changes and it's like, okay, that's not, that doesn't work anymore in that context. But yeah, so. But it would be kind of weird to meet all the imaginary people in my head. Be like, hey, you know, I guess you all know each other because, you know, not only have you all had sex with me, but you all have sex with each other several times. So, no introductions needed here. Even though you might not know each other by face. So...
See, I don't think people would know specifically that that's why they were all in the room with me, because it'd be like, why are the Murder Hatchet girls here? What the fuck? Why is Sonic here?
They're like, wait,
is that a Bulbasaur? What is happening in this room?
Is that Turk182 in the closet? Wearing a... God, please tell me he's not wearing a Superman cape. No, it's Batman. I hate Superman. Stop the insanity train. I want to get off. Oh, come on, baby. You can get off with me. That's why you're here, remember? If you thought that it wasn't going to go down this path, you were wrong. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, you were up next for your fifth Evil X.
Okay, my fifth Evil X is... Drum roll, please. Susan Sarandon.
I knew it.
A.K.A. Experience.
Experience.
Now her power though is kind of cool.
All right.
I think she appears at a younger age, but can level up to become stronger and more powerful. So she appears to be around my age, but because she's experienced, she can level up and then basically get older. But as she gets older, she gets stronger and more powerful.
Nice. And I guess that way she could specifically target what stats she needed the most to boost as she goes.
Exactly.
I like that.
But the thing is, though, I mean, if you've ever seen her from Rocky Horror Picture Show, and you see her from Thelma and Louise, and then you see her in something else, you realize she just got more and more attractive to me as she goes along. As she's getting more powerful, so am I. I'm sorry, Susan, you brought this on yourself.
Well, you're supposed to be sitting on the sidelines while your Scott Pilgrim is fighting for you. But
really?
okay.
I thought that I was the Scott Pilgrim in this situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, no, I thought these were our Evil Exes.
Oh, yeah, they are our Evil Exes, so someone else is fighting for them.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. See, here's the thing, now, because this just turns into a big sexy fight, man. I'm all down for this, man.
Why do you think I was acting the way I was with the Christina Hendricks fight?
No, that makes perfect sense, yeah, because, no matter who wins, I win.
Yeah.
Because, what would happen is, if you lose, then you become another Evil X that will then eventually try to come back and get with me still, so it works out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. damn, Turk, you're amazing. Man, you come up with the best story ideas. Why, thank you, Susan. I didn't even plan that. That just came out.
This is the best story. Okay, my one is Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
She's super gorgeous, and
she is.
She's got those katana skills, man.
And
Sword fight.
She's got freckles, too, man. Which, I'm not really a big freckle person, but she's like this Asian chick with freckles.
Her freckles are normal size.
Huh?
No, her freckles are normal size.
Are they? Yeah. Okay. I guess I just, to me, because they're the only thing I see, I'm like, wow. I don't know how many times I'd seen her in something before I even realized she had freckles.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I saw her, it was in the movie Played to the Bone with Antonio Banderas and I think Woody Harrelson and Lolita Davidovich. And I saw that, and there's a scene where she's in it, and she's like, I think she's sitting on the hood of a car and outside in the sun, and I was like, oh my shit, she's got freckles. Like, oh my god, they're so adorable.
Oh yeah, they're super adorable. But yeah, so her powers would be, katanas, and sword fighting, so it would have to be a sword fighting level.
If any of you sons of bitches got anything else to say. Oh man. So, God. So, okay. When did you put your Evil X list? Because I worked on mine for like a couple days. I worked on mine like a week or so ago, and I worked on it for a couple days. I just kind of let it like ruminate through my head, and then I got some of the people down, and then a couple days later, I was like, okay, I need to come up with powers and names for them. So then I started kind of doing that thing. And like, when did you put your list together?
This morning.
This morning. Okay.
I mean, I knew a couple of them ahead of time. I knew about the Rebel Wilson thing ahead of time. I knew about the Ryan Reynolds thing ahead of time, and a couple others, one of which hasn't been brought up yet. So yeah, there were a few that I knew I wanted to do, and then I just kind of filled in the gaps.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's my turn. So my next one.
My next one's going to surprise the hell out of you.
So my next one is this number 6 that we're at now? I think so. So my next one is Rosario Dawson.
Okay.
And her code, aka Lullaby. She has a soft, soothing voice that disarms me and puts me under her control. Or, that's how it works.
Right.
So
her
this
target.
Right. So in this, well, for me, so I guess it could be her target. But so in this case, then in the fight, she would probably end up using me to fight against my current.
Yeah. Okay.
And as anybody knows from listening to the previous podcast, I mean, I should say always, I've liked Rosario Dawson for a while. Like the first time I saw her in was in Kids, and Kids is just a fucked up movie. You can't really walk away from that movie liking anybody in it or being attracted to them. And I wasn't even really feeling her in Men in Black 2, just because I don't really care for the Men in Black movies. But then of course she was in Thunderbolt. And a couple other things, and of course, and I was like, yeah, and of course the Marvel Netflix stuff. But what really, really just drove the nail home for me was listening to her do the audiobook for was that is that other Peter? Was it Peter? Not Peter Weir. Peter. Anyway, the guy that did the Martian.
Yeah.
He did. I can't think of what it is right now. But she did she did the narration in the book, and she did such a great job. And just listening to her, that voice of hers, just like it really just sunk deep inside me, and took a hold of me. And that I was just like, something about her voice is just really just captivating to me. So
yeah.
She seems to be really nice, and one of the guys that we go to cons with, he had that story about meeting her and how he got Rosario blocked by his friends. Remember? Because they were trying to give the number, and it was like he had a piece of paper and pen, and all of his other friends that were artists were like, yeah, we don't, no, I don't care. He's like, you don't have like paper and pen, you're a freaking artist.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't have anything. And so as the story, as he tells it.
Yeah.
Plus
that was funny.
She had a comic book, or a couple comic books at a time, where like the character was based off of her image and stuff and everything. Yeah. So I think she was like a paranormal like detective or something. Anyway, so So I think that we have like common interest and stuff. So I'm
She's super cute.
Yeah, just not just going off of like what like the character she's played in movies, but and then that voice, I'm just like, bam,
She does a good voice.
yeah, and she dated Eric Andre, so I mean, apparently I'm close enough in range because I mean, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him, but he's about as funny as like the skin shavings I leave in the shower. So
why would you say something so controversial and yet so brave? Because that's the meme that everybody goes for.
What?
Yeah, with Eric Andre.
Oh shit! I didn't even know he had a meme.
Yeah. Oh, well, people use him for meme reactions all the time.
Oh yeah, I just know his like Adult Swim show sucks shit. Yeah, so I mean,
that's why you wound up dumping her, was because you guys had that conversation. She was like, "I think it's funny," and you were like, "No, no."
That's the voice I would actually make too. No, no. So,
Okay, so mine. This one I was having some trouble with, right?
Okay.
I had a bit of trouble coming up with my sixth. Then I was thinking, with Ramona, her fifth and sixth were the Kadianagi twins, right? And that whole situation was kind of fucked up because she was dating the one and cheating with the other, and back and forth and back and forth.
Which is only in the comic. They don't go into that kind of detail in the movie.
It's a deleted scene in the movie. There is a deleted scene explaining that. But yeah, so and that whole situation's a bit fucked up. So I was thinking, okay, kind of a fucked up situation. And then I thought, Jada Smith.
Jada Smith, Fax Morning. Jada Smith.
Fax Morning to everyone except Jada.
Okay, so who are you? Oh, because she was cheating on you with somebody else. Is that it?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just because cheating's involved, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
okay, I can dig it.
Yeah, and so her superpower is that she gets buffs and empowerment. Because when she cheated on Will Smith, everybody was like, good for her, it was obviously a matter of love. And it's like, no, she just fucking cheated on Will Smith, that's all. And then Jaden sweeps in at the last minute and comes to the rescue. Fax Morning to everyone except my mom.
Hey, can I be an asshole for a minute?
Sure.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I said can I be an asshole for a minute, but I just... Excuse me, Professor Xavier, I need your help. My mutant abilities are getting out of control again.
It's like, can I be an asshole for a minute? I have no idea what your limit is. You can go all day for all I know.
Still going. No one's an asshole like Turk182. He keeps going and going. I wonder how it feels for Will Smith to have a son like Jaden, and to look and be like, hey, you know what? I once, like delayed, but eventually turned down, my enrollment to MIT to pursue rapping and then eventually acting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I produced this thing. I'm like, I think I would actually have to go back and be like, let me take a look at these MIT scores. Like, did I really get in there? But like, Mom, Dad, did you guys buy my way into MIT? Is that why we're so pissed when I didn't go? I'd be like, it's fucking money down the drain.
Did you just white people that shit?
Yeah. Thank you. That is such a beautiful line for you to just drop right there. Oh, man.
See, I thought you were going to be asking, I wonder how Will Smith feels knowing that people have taken, like, these GIFs and these videos of him crying and used them as meme reactions now.
Was he crying?
I mean, if anything, he was teary. I don't think he was bawling or anything, but... I know there's this picture that people have been using as, like, a reaction image of him just, like, staring straight ahead with, like, tears swimming at the brims of his eyes and his brow really furrowed, and it's like, that kind of sucks. I feel bad for the dude.
I don't feel bad for him. I don't know what the deal is with that situation, right? But I recall several years ago, maybe things changed, maybe that's why he was all upset, but I recall several years ago, maybe even a decade, that they had publicly come out because it was like an interview or whatever.
Yeah, as an open relationship.
As an open relationship, when they are like when they're filming. So if he is away or she's away and they're filming, they have basically an open relationship during that time because they have needs or whatever and they can't see each other and blah, blah, blah. So unless they had changed that or like he was home and she was still like, like go into the danger zone. Then I'd be like, okay, you could have waited. I got a movie shoot starting in 2 fucking weeks, 2 weeks, and like you couldn't have waited. And it's like,
I mean, this is all the same kind of stuff that was brought up when the whole fiasco blew up with Pro Jared, and it's like, yeah, you can be polyamorous all you want, but you gotta follow your laid out set of agreed upon rules, and it doesn't sound like Jada did that. I mean, I'm pretty sure as the fact that she's had people trying to jump to her defense, I think if that were a valid defense, somebody would have brought it up by now.
So, yeah, sounds like she just shit the bed, man.
So yeah, I mean, they can't all be good exes,
No, well, I mean, obviously that's why they're exes, right? Exactly. In this situation, we broke up with them, so
maybe I just came to realize that I'd been dating down and just had to get away from that toxicity.
So I'm going to say this in all of mine, I just had like a lapse of like proper like judgment. Sometimes like you get into a situation and you say to yourself like, well, okay, I'll say this, because I've had this happen to me once before, right? And you was like, once, you've dated someone more than one person? Like, yeah, I mean, yes, once.
Turk goes on dates.
But where, like, outside stress will impact your decision-making. Mm-hmm. And, like, there's outside stress that's causing problems, but if you don't recognize and that outside stress, so stuff that's coming from your partner can seem like the source of that stress.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, okay, so I've got to get rid of this. And then once I do that, then this goes away. And then you realize that, no, that wasn't the problem, but now it's too late. Mm-hmm. It's because you didn't properly assess the situation. And so I'm going to say that's probably what happened in all my cases there. I ended up breaking up these women, because my head just wasn't in the right spot to be able to look and be like, oh, you're the one that's keeping me sane. And you're the one that is trying to help me deal with this other stuff. But no, I just fucked up.
The outside stress that you've been experiencing is Acomi.
He just wants you all to himself.
Because everything's just like going swimmingly for you and your significant other. And I'm like, man, fuck that bitch. You gonna let her tell you what to do?
Hell
Come on.
No.
Home by 9. We've got a fucking podcast to record.
It's like, what's more important to you? Me or her?
Yeah, and somehow that happened like 6 or 7 times in a row. So
yeah, I'm just susceptible to it.
So have you thought up a 7th yet?
I have my 7th.
All right.
Yeah,
sweet.
Because that actually added in Anne Hathaway was the 7th I added in. I just had to put her in the proper order.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I can see now. Like I'm talking to like, okay, we got 2 more episodes to do, and then it's like this conversation is over. And I'm like, I don't even know what happened just now. Okay, so my last one, and I asked you about this. I asked you a bunch of questions a minute ago because my last one is Lucy Liu.
Okay.
And her AKA Killer Queen.
Yeah. She's the organizer of the Exes, obviously. She's the last one. Lucy Liu's a very small woman. Like she's not like small. I think she's a little shorter, but she's very thin. Yeah. Yeah.
So
gorgeous. I'm kind of surprised that we had the overlap there, of all places. I would have expected you to have Aubrey Plaza in there somewhere, man.
No, man. I mean, first off, don't get me wrong. I think that she will be fantastic for like a week. And then it's like, okay, here's the thing. You put somebody in a, let's say in a cuckoo clock, right?
Yeah.
So like we're both in a cuckoo clock. We meet up and it's like, wow, this is awesome. This is we have so much in common. Like we both think the same way. And then you realize that, hey, wait a minute. You both think the same way because you're both mentally divergent, and the two of you being together is not a good thing, and you shouldn't be, and that's why you don't date people that you meet in the cuckoo clock, right? So then you're like, after a week when you say like, wow, this is really bad, because we're both feeding off of each other in the worst way possible, and just completely going off. I don't think you can go off the rails, because like, you're so far off the rails, you don't even remember what the track looked like anymore, right? Then you have to say, like, whoa, I made a mistake. And so in that case, then, like, I couldn't put her out there because, like, I wouldn't want, like, no, she has to stay as far away from me as possible. And I need to stay away as far away from her as possible because it's just not good for anybody.
How about she's your Scott Pilgrim?
See, I was thinking that you would be my Scott Pilgrim, that you'd be the one trying to keep all my exes away because, like, no, I need you for all this other stuff.
Yeah, but the person's doing it for the right to date you, so.
Well, see, in this case, then you'd be doing it to keep them away, keep them from taking my time, And probably in their minds, they're thinking, oh, it's a whole, like, Holden Banky thing. You're like, no, I don't have any interest in dating this guy, but hey, it's like, we got work to do. And if he's hanging out with you and he's feeling the love and he's getting laid, he's going to be like, oh, we can cut the podcast back to, like, one a week. A lot of people, they only post one every 2 weeks. It's like, you know what? I don't really think the podcast's really necessary anymore. By the way, she's moving in, and then, yeah.
That would be heartbreaking.
and then this is when it would get really bad, is when I'd ask you to give me back all of those pieces of paper, like the notes, the promissory notes I gave you that said, if I ever do this, you have permission to kill me. And I'm asking you to get those back from you so I can give them to her now. And that's when you'd be like, oh no, fuck that. That's not happening.
I'm saving those.
You're like, okay, this ninja done lost his mind. So
you got Lucy Liu.
So Lucy Liu, Killer Queen, organizer of the Exes. She's almost weightless, allowing her to move at incredible speeds and float through the air.
Okay.
So she is a serious threat in a fight.
Yeah.
So those are my exes.
Okay. So
and I am also, by the way, surprised at the crossover.
Yeah.
We had 3 crossovers.
Just 2.
Christina Hendricks and then Lucy Liu.
Yep.
Okay, because you did not have Kat Denning, right?
Right.
Okay.
I wish I had, but yeah, no. My big final boss and the organizer, of course, you know who it has to be, which is Anna Kendrick.
Ah.
Because she is the gold standard. So.
At what age are you going to have her? Like current?
I mean, she's
like a little bit younger.
I mean, she's pretty hot current.
Child. Anna Kendrick.
No.
I thought for sure you were going to catch on. Like,
I didn't until you started forming the words. I was just like, this is getting increasingly pervy. So like, child Anna Kendrick. Yeah, no, she is perfectly fine the way she is now. So, and yeah, and of course her attacks and stuff would be based off of like. It's gonna be my line for her. But yeah, all of her attacks and stuff would be like musical based stuff.
Ah, yeah, because she can sing.
Oh yeah, she's got a great voice.
Yeah,
and yeah,
you'll be having threesomes with her and Justin Timberlake.
Finally.
That would be the thing that would make me jealous.
Now you had your opportunity to go through a sexy phase and you didn't. So
see, I didn't think about.
I've got to be true to me.
I didn't think about Justin Timberlake though, man. I didn't. And now I'm the one crying the river. You don't have to say what you did. I already know. I'm talking about him. So yeah, that would be me.
I guess that means you would be my Scott Pilgrim, and it would mostly be to keep them all from killing me.
I was gonna say, dude, I would never stand in your way from you getting some. I feel like, Yeah, they're like, we just want him. Okay. Have fun, buddy. Use protection. And I'm going to go and rent a wheelchair because I know when this is all done, you're not going to be able to walk.
And you know what I say at that point, right? I'm sure all you ladies are wondering what you're doing here in the room with me and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so that would be mine, man. You know, those are my evil exes.
Good choices.
Yep. And I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean, that's it. You know, I can only imagine though what the gathering was like. Like, so when Lucy Liu calls them all up and it's like, hey, you know, individually, you know, well, here's the other thing too. With the whole Evil Exes thing, in my mind, I'm seeing that, like, for Scott Pilgrim,
Mm-hmm.
Gideon was just using them to kind of like, as like cannon fodder to weaken Ramona and get her, weaken Scott to get him out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
so that so he could get Ramona back. And because obviously, let's say Matthew Patel won.
Yeah.
So would they then go after him, or be like, okay, yeah, we got her back? Well, no, I got her back. There ain't no we don't share it, you know. Like test doesn't split 8 ways, you know. So.
I mean, the way I remember the dialogue in the book, I mean, they seem to understand that this was Gideon's thing and Gideon was trying to get her back.
Okay, because that's not how it kind of comes across in the movie. It's like each one of them seems like they're fighting on their own.
Yeah, to try to get her back. But yeah, the movie's pretty different than the book, honestly. Because, like, in the book, he explains it all that, like, after she left him in New York, he, like, went on this drunken bender and then got on Craigslist and put out the ad to assemble the X's, and so they all found him through the Craigslist ad.
Okay.
Because that was back when Craigslist was still a viable option for things.
Except, well, I don't know, it still is. I mean, so he went to Craigslist to find, you know, a jilted lover to kill the boyfriend of the person. So yeah, that's Craigslist right there.
Right, yeah.
That and you also have to take this dirty ass couch.
Missed connections. God, some of those missed connections are funny as all hell.
I can't say I've ever seen them. I mean, I've heard of the missed connections, like, you know, I saw you, like, you know, that you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, you know, but I've never, I mean, I've heard of some of them, but I've never actually, like, read them myself.
My friend, you should go do that, because there's some funny stuff, especially for, like, our locale. It's some... I mean, it's been a few years since I've done it, but I mean, back when I would read them just to laugh at the misfortunes of others, it would just be things like, "You remember those days stocking shelves at Food Lion? I miss you. Call me."
Wow,
it's good stuff.
So this was interesting.
This was.
It was fun to do and to kind of banter back and forth with you. But I don't really think I can say anything more than it was interesting, because this is all just hypothetical nonsense from our, you know, like, deprived adult brains.
Is it deprived or depraved? Because
both. So yeah,
I think it's an interesting look into our psyche. I think people could learn a lot about us from this.
More than they want to know. But I will say, though, I did have a hard time. So, for example, like on the screen right now is the thing for the movie Bound, the Wachowski's first film with Gina Gershon and Jennifer. Shit, I can't think of her name right now. I'm sorry. Shit, I can't think of her freaking name. Jennifer Tilly, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's her and her sister Meg Tilly, but Jennifer Tilly is like the one. Anyway, in which I love them both. And God, Gina Gershon. I love me some Gina Gershon. And there's a really funny story about her in that podcast I listened to. They talk about Demolition Man.
Right.
And I'll have to tell you about that. It's really funny. Which when they tell the story, I was like, see, that's the kind of girl, man. But anyway, like, she should have been on my list. But it's so hard. It's like when someone tells you, it's like the opposite of when someone tells you, like, not to think of like, like a purple elephant or something. And so you think it's like, you would say, okay, so think of like the 7 women that would be your evil exes. You're like, shit, I can't think of any women. Like, women? What the hell's a women? I'm like going to like Webster's, Merriam-Webster's, like, women. Like
Wikipedia list of women.
Yeah, so, like it's,
shit, neither of us had Scarlett Johansson on our list.
Yeah, see, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I like Scarlett Johansson a lot, but she hasn't gotten to that point with me where I'm like, yeah, like boom, baby, so, yeah. I mean, I like her, don't get me wrong, I would love to get to know her better if, the opportunity arose, but like I say, she hasn't crossed that line to me where I'm like, yep, you go on my fictional list of someone that, that was in a relationship with me.
Yeah, it's a little weird when you say it like that.
And what's great, and I want to pinpoint this moment right here, so that so today is, what's this, October 4th, and
it is October 4th.
And it is 1:56 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be a report that's going to come out sometime soon where Scarlett Johansson is going to be like, I woke up in the middle of the night with this like tremendous sense of relief just washed over me. I have no idea. It was the creepiest thing in the world, but it was also kind of comforting and soothing. And it's going to be because I said that, but like, she hasn't crossed that. She hasn't made it to that point yet. And then it's like, oh, wow. It's like, yeah. So just mark that. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got your Scott Pilgrim, you've got your exes. Who's the Knives Chow in your equation?
Who's my? Oh, see, I didn't even think about that. You didn't even present that to me when I like gave you this thing. Like, okay, who would be your knives?
I didn't think about it either until like just this minute.
Who would be my knives?
I mean, I love Knives in the movie. She's super adorable.
So, as I'm just kind of flipping through channels here and stuff, and we're thinking about women, I saw that one movie there, and it had Leighton Meester in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Leighton Meester is really cute. But whenever I think of her name, like all I can ever think of is Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
So I always think Leighton
Meester.
Right? Leighton Meester, help, Meester. Which is why as cute as she is, like we can never be together. Okay, who's your knife chow? Give me some more time to think.
I don't even know who my Scott Pilgrim is, because you already said you weren't going to do it, so...
So, well, no, because, I mean, like, in my scenario, you were trying to keep them from taking up my time.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that to you, man. I wouldn't.
That just makes me look even more selfish.
And there's nothing wrong. The only thing I would probably do is I would create a schedule and I would regulate it. That way you can still get writing done. And artwork and stuff done. So yeah, that was it. I would, then I would just be like, yep. So this is what we're going to have to do here. If you guys need to switch days, that's fine. But you need to work it out with each other first and then come and tell me that you switch. I am not going to go back and forth with all of you and see who can take this day, who can take that day. You work it out amongst each other and then you come back. If you're not able to work it out, then you either have to stick with the schedule or miss your turn. And Thursdays are designated as his drawing days. You cannot reschedule anything for Thursday unless he happens to have an opening and something changes in his schedule, in which case I will present that to you as a Thursday is open if you need to change. That does not mean you can get an extra day, ladies.
So let's see. I mean, shit, Anna Kendrick's the one I'm most attracted to. Shit. You know what? I'm misremembering her name, but my Scott Pilgrim would be the chick who plays Erin on The Office.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'll do that because she is super adorable.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Yeah.
Since I never watched The Office, I wasn't familiar with her until I saw was it Blades of Glory?
Was she in Blades of Glory? Because Jenna Fisher's in Blades of Glory.
Oh wait, well, I'm sorry. You said which one from The Office?
Aaron. You're thinking of Pam.
Which one's? I don't
Yeah,
know The Office. I have tried to watch The Office. Man, I cannot get into it at all.
Now, this chick is, the one I'm talking about is Ellie Kemper.
Oh, okay. That's when you said that wasn't Jenna Fisher.
Yeah,
the girl from what's that? She's got that Netflix series.
It's that new show. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Well, it's not new. She's been in like three seasons so far, something like that. But yeah. She is super cute, man.
Yeah. I like her a lot.
I don't really know much about her, but yeah, she's super cute. Okay, so
But I mean, like, Jenna Fisher's like really cute too. I was never too into her in The Office, just because they kind of make her look frumpy and don't do much with her hair. Mm-hmm. But in anything else, such as Blades of Glory, she's gorgeous in that. Okay,
so I'm going to, and this is going to make the fights even better, to be honest. Right?
Okay,
and this is someone I've never really talked about before, so you're just going to sound like it's coming out of the blue, but it's not really.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, there we go.
That's been around for 5 years. So.
Well, has it been 5 years now?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
2015.
I hear it's a pretty funny show. Okay, so here's the deal, all right? And like I said, it's going to sound like it's coming out of the blue, but it's not. And then you're going to listen to it and be like, okay, all right, yeah, I can see that. And like I said, it's going to make all this stuff even better.
Okay.
My Knives Chow, Zoe Bell.
Okay. So that would mean, if I'm your Scott Pilgrim, that would mean that Zoe Bell dated me. Okay.
Hey, you like Uma Thurman? She's a almost Uma Thurman clone.
Yeah, I mean, she looks a lot like Uma Thurman. Yeah, I'd totally go for Zoe Bell.
Yeah, plus she's a stunt woman and she can fight. And I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm getting the physical Uma Thurman. Well, okay, that came out all wrong, but you guys know what I mean, right? I mean, so yeah, man.
Yeah,
I take me some Zoe Bell. And tell me she's not adorable as hell in not Jank. Shit, hold on, don't tell me. Shush! Don't make making noise. Stop making noise.
I'm trying to help you.
You know, you're not helping me. You did this last time you tried to help me and you kept like just saying random shit and it was pissing me off. Oh shit. Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a stagecoach driver, she is so cute in that, man. In her like all the like 10-minute scene or scenes like total.
Yep.
Now you know who else I could probably go for as a possibility for that, which is gonna seem really weird too.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney Cox.
Okay. I can see that. So I picked my Scott Pilgrim. So who would my Knives Chow be? Because the Knives Chow would be the person who dated the Scott Pilgrim, not me. So it's really just somebody I would have to fight. So who would date Aaron from The Office that I would have to fight? It's gotta be somebody I can actually take. Danny DeVito.
Wait, what? No, yeah. Go back again. So wait. So your Knives Chow.
So yeah, the Knives Chow in my situation, I'm the one who has the evil exes that the Scott Pilgrim has to fight. Right. So the Scott Pilgrim in this case is the chick who plays Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Knives is the one who dated Scott and fights Ramona.
Right.
So that means that...
You're Scott in the scenario, so that means that you had two sexy phases?
No. I'm saying in my situation with my exes, the Knives Chow that would come after me. Because my Scott Pilgrim is the chick who plays Aaron. So it's somebody that she dated who comes after me.
No.
Knives dates Scott and then goes after Ramona.
No,
I'm your Scott Pilgrim. I'm not talking about your situation. I'm talking about my situation.
Right. So, okay, so in your situation, you're Scott.
No, in my situation, I'm the Ramona, because I'm the one who has all the exes. Just like in your situation, you're the Ramona because you have all the exes. Yeah.
So we should name this thing the Ramona then instead of like Ramona Evil Exes instead of Scott, because that's why I keep thinking, okay, no wait, we're doing the Scott thing, so I'm Scott, and like, yeah, right, I'm Ramona, so right, okay, so
yeah, no,
so she dated. Wow, God, I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so I like Danny DeVito. Don't have anything against Danny DeVito. I know he's funny. He seems like he was a really cool guy and everything, but if she dated Danny DeVito, and then who comes first? You or Danny?
Knives comes first. Scott dates Knives, then pursues Ramona.
Right.
So yeah, so she's with Danny DeVito, and then comes after me, and has to fight all of my evil exes.
Right. So in that situation, then,
so Danny DeVito is basically the 17-year-old high school girl.
Right. No, and I can see him playing that role.
You guys are so amazing.
Because I mean, he's really talented. But okay, but here's my thing with that is that she leaves Danny to get with you.
Yeah.
Like,
just like in my fantasies, baby.
You fantasize about taking women away from Danny DeVito?
Yeah, man.
You know,
it's all about that power.
I was gonna say I really can't fault you for that because he seems like he'd be a tough person to woo someone away from.
Danny DeVito is swimming in pussy right now. Okay.
I mean, yeah. So, I'm just saying he does seem like he'd be tough to like get somebody away from. Like, like he would be able to like win them back. You know, be like, nope, sorry. She's like, yeah, I mean, we've got some problems, but I really think we can work it out.
Because in my situation, it would be the alternative ending where Knives ends up with Scott instead of Ramona. So
I guess my main question here is then, like, when she leaves Danny for you, like, how would you look at it? Be like, okay, so who were you dating before me? Danny DeVito? But like, and you left him, like, I'm not sure. How would I feel about that? Like, what?
I feel like understandable.
I'm like, how would, like, wow, that's,
The man is a stud.
I'm like, damn, you left him for me. Like, that's a lot to live up to. I would just be kind of like mind blown there. I'm like, wow, just you got to give me a moment here.
Some big shoes to fill, but I'll fill them.
Big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. All right.
I would love to see Danny DeVito in that role. I didn't even know there was good music till like 2 months ago.
So that is quite interesting.
Yeah. We got a little confused there towards the end, but it is 2:00, so.
But yeah, that's that confusion was all my fault. I should have had things written down on paper other than just names.
That's cool.
But yeah, so that's. I just kind of took this and just threw it out there, and I was like, "Hey, that seems like something kind of interesting," and it was interesting, bizarre, definitely, but interesting nonetheless. So yeah, those are our picks for who our evil exes would be, or just I guess exes. Right? They're not necessarily evil.
No, definitely evil.
Definitely evil.
Definitely evil.
Okay. Yeah, definitely evil. Definitely evil.
Well, because in the comics, it's not even in the comics, on his Tumblr, Brian Lee O'Malley explained that Ramona actually does have... No, it is in the comics! Holy shit, I forgot about this. It's a throwaway bit of dialogue in, I think, book 5 of the comics. Ramona says that she does have one ex who's not evil, and it's just some guy named Scott or something like that. And obviously he doesn't take part in Gideon's plan because he's just a non-evil guy, and I think she left him because he was boring.
But so she dated 2 Scotts, and then one did.
Oh no! So his name must not have been Scott. I really don't remember what his name is now.
Okay.
I need to reread the books. I haven't read the books in a long time.
Well, I think I have all of them now, and I have not actually sat down and read any of them yet.
They're good.
I bought them, so
they're a very, very different experience than the movie.
Right.
But I'd say that they're equally as enjoyable as the movie.
Okay, so that was something different.
Yeah.
And so I guess this is a great segue into our next podcast. Or I guess our next 2 podcasts, honestly.
Yeah.
Which I didn't plan it that way, but it just seems like it just kind of worked out.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So.
All right, man.
Stay tuned, babies.
Yeah, because we got something that ties directly into this exes and trying to work things out. Maybe yes,
possibly.
No? Question mark? Maybe a ninja. So, All right, everybody. My name is Turk182, and you can find me here on Our Moms Think We're Funny. You can also find me on my other podcast, In the Gutters, the comic book podcast that I do with Wallcrawler1, a sometimes guest on Our Moms Think We're Funny. And you can also find me on Twitter at Turk182_KE and on Instagram at Turk182_KE. You can find me at cons along the East Coast for now. Hopefully we'll be able to branch out to other places when cons start back up. We will be going to a con in Roanoke, Virginia at the end of October. And then we are still planning on going to GalaxyCon Raleigh in December. Mm-hmm. It goes at the first weekend in December. So, yeah. And I have not followed up on anything with GalaxyCon Raleigh as far as who's going to be there or anything. I know we've got our table, and we should have some fresh stuff as soon as I can get off my ass and write some more things for you to possibly do some more drawings too. Yeah, just like Simon. And
yeah.
And that's me.
And I'm Acomi.
So yeah, that's us, man. Yeah, I hope you dig it. Yo.
Later, everybody.
No, come on, tell me who you are. Tell me who you are.
Oh,
There's nobody really here from me. They want the guy that draws. Right? Blunt Man and Chronic.
I'm just a tracer. Yeah, no, you can find me on pretty much any social media platform at Acomi Draws, and I'm doing Inktober now, so that's worth following. I'm finishing the art on time as of right now. I just need to actually get it uploaded. I do that every year. And yeah, that's about it from me. I'm going with Turk to the cons.
Yep. Yeah. So please, well, we haven't done our shameless begging, so let's do that this time. So yeah, please come and check us out on whatever you get your podcast from, and please leave us a really good rating. 5 stars is preferable because that really helps put us out there so we can get more listeners and help the show to grow and help us become better, because the more listeners we get, the more time we can devote to the show and the better we can make it. And, then I can say, well, hey, not tonight, Evil Exes. I've got a podcast to work on because I've got 20 people now that listen to it sometimes. And
5 stars is the only acceptable rating. That's really all there is to it.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Turk. He's just trying to be nice so that you don't feel pressured. I'm telling you now. My happiness hinges on getting a 5-star rating. And less than that means I'm not happy.
Well, I was going to say that I'd rather them leave me something good as opposed to nothing at all. I mean, I prefer 5, but if you wanted to do 4, but I would prefer 5. I mean, tell me what I have to do to get your 5.
4 brings it down. I don't give a shit what you think I have to do. I'm doing my part. Give me 5 stars.
Wow, you're just mean. Anyway, anyway,
4 brings the algorithm down, Turk.
Okay.
We can't encourage people to do 4 stars.
Okay.
It's got to be 5.
5.
It's all about 5, man. Everything comes in 5s.
Like 5 dwarves and 5 fingers and 5 toes. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So 5. Sorry, I was gonna say. You can find us pretty much everywhere, anywhere. You can find us on our host site at Anchor FM. You can find us on Apple Podcast, and you can find us on Amazon and on Spotify and Pandora and
pretty much
and
anywhere.
All kinds of shit you ain't ever heard of.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere podcasts are sold.
And if there's a place that you try to go and you don't find us there, you let us know. We will get there.
If you can think it, we're there, whoring ourselves out shamelessly.
Yep. I've got several different overcoats. That way, if one's in the wash, I always have one to wear. Flash!
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Dang,
5 stars. 5 stars.
Did you hear what that was? All right there, folks. That was Our Moms Think We're Funny. Let's give them a hand.